morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today we've got a bunch of news, some of which is very good, some of which is very confusing, and some of which is, well, I think it's fair to say, moderately predictable. Cool. Alrighty then, so with all of that borne in mind, let's start off with something that makes me very happy personally, and that is a new Cetitan. Yay! More importantly, more specifically, we've got a Koro promo. And if you've been following this channel for any length of time at this stage, you will know that I'm a sucker for a stamped promo and a big fan of specifically the Koro promos. I like them, ladies and gentlemen. What do you want from me? So we got Cetitan here, and I did actually translate this one all by my lonesome, and I feel very good. It's not the most difficult translation in the world, to be fair, but I still translated it by myself, and I'm very proud of myself for doing so. Now, as you can see from the picture, it is coming out in next month's issue of Koro magazine. That is the June issue, which is releasing on the 21st of April. And honestly, it will have been written a few weeks before that. So I've never really got the whole which month it is in terms of magazines. I'm sure there's a reason. It's weird to me. But we got a Cetitan promo, so you know, we've at least got that. And what we've got is 170 HP, which for a stage 1 is genuinely pretty massive. And you can already see from the picture there, it is a holo. And we got single energy, 30 damage. And this does 10 damage to all of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Just your opponents, not yours and your opponents, just your opponents. So, 30 to the active, 30 to all of your opponent's bench. For a single energy, it's actually not terrible. Like, if we're sitting here having a look at this, we're going, you know what? As far as it goes, right? That ain't bad. I'm not saying it's perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not even saying it's going to see a huge amount of play. I am saying it ain't bad. I have seen significantly worse cards than this. And to be honest with you, when we get to like magazine promos, and Pokemon does not have as many magazine promos as a lot of other card games do. Over in Japan, promos in magazines is actually a pretty standard thing. Happens honestly quite a lot for most card games. Pokemon does not have as many as most other card games do. But most of the ones we have are terrible. I've told you this one actually a few times before, but let me reiterate it now. Yeah, it's going to be probably a free pack blister promo over here. Almost certainly. That the Koro promos tend to. Might end up being a one-pack blister promo, but I've used these as examples in the past. But take Regigigas, for example. That was a Koro promo that ended up coming out as a free pack blister promo. So that was nice. Or we could go and have a look at Ice Cube, that started off as a Koro promo, but then ended up as a free pack blister promo over here. And it is interesting to note, they do seem to be really prioritizing Gen 9 Pokemon here, which is really kind of cool. Don't forget, of course, it was Pormy, the previous Koro promo. So now we got another one. Yay! The Pormy is out. It's been out for a little while. So what does the second attack on the Cetitan do here? Because it kind of seems rude to just tell you about one attack and then leave it. Like, come on, Wassy, tell us what the whole card does. Free water energy, flip 3 coins, 100 damage for each heads that you flip. Yes, that does mean that if you can flip a treble heads, you will be doing 300 damage here. Which is obviously gigantic. That is a huge amount of damage. But then again, by the same token, you're flipping 3 heads in a row 1 in 8 times. And you're exactly as likely to do 0 damage as you are to go and do 300 damage. So look, I like this, it's cool. And for a magazine promo, it's genuinely great. Like, the first attack for a single energy is pretty good for spreading. And the second attack is pretty good for gigantic smashing. And let's not forget that we do have the Baxcalibur coming, which lets you attach as much water energy during your turn as you like. That is going to be in Snow Hazard. And to be fair, it's going to see a bunch of play with Chen Pao. So look, I'm saying there's a chance here. The fact that it's a stage 1 lets it down a little bit, admittedly, but there is a reason to maybe actually think about playing this. And that is not what I usually say about magazine promos. As far as magazine promos, this is great. Something else which is pretty great is a confirmation that we are going to be getting, well, a bunch of places in fact, are going to be getting a Jumbo Koraidon promo. Now, we've had Jumbos for a while. They took a bit of a break during the Sword and Shield era. It's nice to know they are starting again with Scarlet and Violet. And look, this is only set 1 for Scarlet and Violet. There's no guarantee that we're going to be getting these for every set. But it's a point I've made a few times when we're talking about Scarlet and Violet. This is the opportunity for essentially Pokemon to turn around and go, well, that was kind of cool, but that was a Sword and Shield thing. Now we're in Scarlet and Violet. So these Jumbo promos we had in year 1 and 3 of Sword and Shield. Again, we didn't have year 2 because of the whole damn panic thing and all of that. But this would be a great opportunity for Pokemon to turn around and go, you know what, mate? That was cool for Sword and Shield. We don't need that again for Scarlet and Violet. They could absolutely do that, and that would be fine. They're choosing not to. And what that tells me is it is overwhelmingly likely, not confirmed, very big difference, but it is overwhelmingly likely that what we're going to see here is a new Jumbo promo stamped with a set logo for every set moving forward. And I love it, ladies and gentlemen. I absolutely love it. This is gonna be awesome. So yeah, we've got ourselves a Koraidon to start off with in the UK where I am. And shout out to lovely Primal Lugia for helping to grab these all together and just being a generally awesome person. One of the best people in the Pokemon community, I think that's fair to say. And if you spend 15 quid or more in Game UK, you get one of these. Woo! Yay! Elsewhere in the Netherlands, it is being found in Intertoys, where you spend 25 euros or more on Pokemon TCG stuff. In Germany, in Duo, Schreiber and Spiel stores, whatever they are, if you spend 20 euros or more on Pokemon TCG stuff. France in Smith's Toys if you spend 25 euros. And Italy in a bunch of places like Autogrill, Mandadori, Prenatal, Media World if you spend 25 euros. Basically, this is coming in a bunch of different places, and this is wonderful, wonderful news. And I, for one, am absolutely delighted. But there is one more thing we need to have a little bit of a chat about as well, and that is the Pikachu EX starter deck over in Japan. We knew this was coming, we talked about this before. What we didn't talk about before were a few cards, and now they have gone and been revealed. So I'm translating these by myself on the fly, so you will have to forgive any small errors, but I think we're going to be okay. There's a new Magnemite. It's got 50 HP. It's got an attack that for 2 energy does 20, and I think we can all agree that is underwhelming at best. But it seems to have an attack for a single colorless energy that lets you attach 2 lightning energy from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon, which is really good for an evolving basic. Like, really good for an evolving basic. And I've checked it with Google Translate on the official Japanese website, which I'm aware is not an ideal situation, but that backs it up as well. This is actually really good. Like, accelerating 2 energy for a single colorless energy on an evolving basic. We see this kind of stuff on bigger basics all the time. On an evolving basic, this is like a legit really good attack. I actually really like this. Both the energy have to go to 1, and you'll probably get KO'd when you use it. But for accelerating a bit of energy in the early game, I really like it. Now, the Voltorb needs no real translation. 70 HP, single energy 10, 2 colorless energy 20. Let's just move on, shall we? The Electrode, 90 HP, single energy 60, 3 colorless energy 90. I mean, look, thematically it fits in with the Voltorb. That is the end of the discussion on Electrode. And then we've got a lovely Yukimori Pincurchin. So if nothing else, I know there are a bunch of Yukimori fans out there who are going to be very excited about this Pincurchin. So yay! And if my Japanese holds, 3 energy, 70 damage, and you discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. It's not great. if I'm honest with you. And Google Translate incidentally is backing me up on this one. Yeah. Woo. It's not exactly great. I'll be honest with you, I'm genuinely surprised. That Magnemite is way better than I was expecting, but it is fair to say that especially the other cards we're looking at here, not setting the world on fire. Nor were they really supposed to. I mean, we're talking about the non-showpiece cards from a new starter deck. The non-showpiece cards from new starter decks are, I think it's fair to say, not designed to be terribly good. But hey, at least we've looked at them now, and that's pretty important. So, we got a surprisingly good Cetitan that's coming as a magazine promo. We've got a surprisingly good Magnemite coming in the starter deck. And we've got a not terribly surprising Bellabolt, although it is surprising how bad a look we've actually got at it. And now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about all these things. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, chat with us, all kinds of fun things. Oh, and of course you can get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely Tom the Game Nerd, who is one of our newer patrons and seems to be a very lovely person. So thank you very much for all the support, and for being a very lovely person. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.